Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Roar Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Laura Sturm.
Welcome to episode 159. How are you, Josh Rohr?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, apparently not so good.
I have my coffee.
Right.
Do you have yours?
I do. What does your cup say? Tears of my athletes. You're drinking them.
I'm drinking them.
Wow, was that a custom cup or that really existed out in the world?
That was a Christmas present from a couple years ago.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And the shirt you're wearing is also. I know people can't see it unless they're on YouTube. It says shit show supervisor.
Shit show supervisor. Correct. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, this is just, I'll burst everybody's bubble right now. This is probably our last episode of 2023. I should have paused there. This is our last episode of 2023, but I didn't pause. So anyway, Arnold update. Last time we talked, we had two lifters that didn't get in. Well, they both got in. So Laura Sterling made it into the Masters Pro Final, and Olivia Vilea got into the Arnold Raw Challenge. And I guess I'll say this. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, but big congratulations to Olivia. She got engaged over the weekend. So
that's amazing.
It was funny. She texted me. She's like, "Hey coach, I got good news and bad news." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Bad news is I can't come to training on Monday." I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "Good news is I'm engaged." All right, that's awesome.
Was the reason that she couldn't get to training because she got engaged?
Yeah, they're meeting with like family and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, those are both pretty valid.
Yeah.
Still sounds like good news and good news then.
Yeah, it's good news and good news, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. So, somebody asked for suggestions if they're looking to buy a Christmas gift for a new powerlifter. Do you have any thoughts?
Christmas gift for a new powerlifter. Socks, long socks, because, at least you can make them fun. It's not expensive. And if you got the wrong socks, it's not a big deal. They can still wear them. But if you do a belt, you're probably going to get the wrong belt. People are pretty picky about their belts. You can't really get them shoes because that's, pretty fitted. And everyone's going to want different types of shoes. So yeah, deadlift socks would be my thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think a gift certificate would also be good. But again, you want to get it somewhere that gives you options. So I would say, for me, I would get a gift certificate to like Titan Support Systems because they basically have everything. Or I put coaching on there because I think in general that's probably a bad idea for somebody that's not a power lifter to pick a coach and buy you sessions with them. However, that is essentially how Chris Elmore found us. His wife got him a birthday present of some training sessions with me, and that's how he got started. It's been over 10 years ago now. So I every now and then that might work out, but I think unless you're in that world, I don't know that that's a great idea. So yeah, I agree. I think socks is probably the answer, deadlift socks, or a gift certificate to something. But even that can be, if you get a gift certificate to like, I don't know, some random sporting goods store, that's probably not going to help. So I think deadlift socks is your answer.
Yeah. And I mean, who doesn't like fun socks? I mean, come on, up your sock game. Stop.
I
really can't talk to them.
I like Team Roar socks. I think those are the best.
I like Team Roar socks, and I cannot lie.
Yeah. All right. Die Hard. The voting results, they are in. And you actually voted, so I'm gonna deduct one vote from so the vote that came in was 10-3. Yes. It is. Did you change it?
No.
I had the votes tallied 10 for yes and 3 for no, but I just looked at it and it says 10 for yes and 3 for 3 for yes. Maybe I just typed it wrong, but I'm gonna make that 9-3 yes because you voted and I'm not gonna
Well,
count your
why
vote
can't I vote?
because you're gonna argue your side ish. Not
Well, of
really. I'm
course I
gonna argue
would.
my side. Okay, fine. 10-3, but I said I'm gonna argue the opposite. I'm gonna argue for the minority. And conveniently, this actually matches my opinion anyway, that
Hmm.
no, it is not a Christmas movie. And let me make my opening arguments here. So, to start us off, I think you fundamentally got to ask two questions. Number one, what defines a Christmas movie? I think that's a fair beginning question. And the second question has to be, could the core theme of the movie still happen, or the majority of the theme or the plot of the movie happen if it wasn't set during Christmas? I think those two questions are fundamental.
Mm, I don't know. Home Alone could happen without Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. I can argue Home Alone necessarily wasn't a Christmas movie.
Wrong.
So it's set during Christmas. But there is that one's actually can be controversial. I don't think Die Hard is controversial. I think it's just flat out not a Christmas movie.
Okay. So,
Okay, so all right,
all right. No,
make your
you go ahead.
statements and then
No,
I'll go ahead.
you go ahead. Finish yours.
Okay, all right. Your butt hurt right now.
I'm like, no, you're just wrong. Sorry.
So, all right, I made some notes here. I'm just gonna go through them. All right. So the genre and tone, traditional Christmas movies are often like family comedy or heartwarming dramas. Die Hard is basically an action thriller with like a darker tone to it. Um, it lacks the holiday cheer for the most part. Yes, he's trying to get home to his wife, blah blah blah, over Christmas, blah blah blah. But that could happen whether it's Christmas or not. Okay, that's not my arguments get better as we go. I'm just making my
Sure
generalizations
they
here.
do.
Um, so in this next one goes towards my second point here. It's set during Christmas time, but the holiday itself doesn't play a central role in the plot. It revolves around a hostage situation and terrorism, and the Christmas season just kind of serving more as a backdrop than the actual thematic element, right?
Hmm.
Um, this argument's not great, but I'm going to say it anyway because it came to mind. Like the audience, typically Christmas movies are family friendly and suitable for all ages, in my opinion. And Die Hard is kind of not one of those because of the violence and language and all that stuff. Um, am I winning you over yet? Because I haven't even got to my
No,
good arguments. Okay.
no. Okay. Keep going.
Um, all right. Well, I'll just skip straight to my slam dunk argument here.
Mm,
Uh, the director. There's been many interviews done with the director, John McTiernan, and he's stated multiple times that he didn't intend it to be considered a Christmas movie.
mm.
So,
Okay. Here we go. So just because the director
well,
didn't
that's all the
consider it.
time we have. I'll see you all next week.
Nope. So just because the director didn't intend it that way doesn't mean it isn't. So invalid argument because it's really
Okay.
the perception of people and what they see in any movie and any work of art, really. Okay. Um, is it a warm fuzzy movie? No, it's not. There's like deaths and violence, but hey, that's in Home Alone. There's violence. It's more like slapstick, but it's still violence. Nightmare on what's it called? Nightmare on
Elm
Christmas?
Street, Nightmare on Elm Street,
Is it that one? Is that a Christmas movie?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's the one. Yeah, that's pretty dark. That's definitely not um, your typical warm and fuzzy. So yeah, no, wrong. Um, it does happen during Christmas, and that part is kind of pivotal because that's why they're all together. Otherwise, that wouldn't have been happening. And he is trying to get back with, his family and see them for Christmas. And at the end, he does. And it's like a happy ending, right? And everybody feels good and the good things happen. But it's just a quintessential Christmas movie. I even put this question to my work party because we did a virtual like Christmas party at work, and I was like, "All right, guys, so famous favorite Christmas movies," and we talked about that, and then we talked about like, "Hey, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?" And one of my coworkers was like, "Hell yeah, it is," because there's like you know Christmas themes, and there's Germans falling off large towers, and doesn't that make it Christmas?
So just to clarify, you asked your one unhinged coworker if it was a Christmas movie, and he said, "Hell yeah, it is."
I asked all of my
You
coworkers
asked
on
all
my
of them. Okay,
team.
I just
Yes,
wanted to clarify
yes,
that because it sounded like
and
you asked one specific individual.
no, I asked the whole team. My one coworker, Jay, came back with this response and said, it's iconic. It is a Christmas movie, absolutely. And he was ready to, die on a hill over it.
Okay.
So
Well,
there you go.
all right. Well, there you have it. I guess the mystery remains. Who's right? Who's wrong?
But what were
Uh,
the other responses from our
okay.
voters?
Oh, the arguments.
Yes.
All right. So some of the arguments for yes, there's trees and Christmas music. Gremlins is also a Christmas movie. That was from Lifting Lutheran. It happens at a Christmas party and it's set at Christmas, and that element is integral. I can't say that word for some reason.
Integral.
Uh,
Integral. Yeah.
Bob
See, now you have
O'Hannon,
me question.
464. You already said your argument. It's at Christmas time. There's a whole party happening at the wife's job, and Bruce Willis is trying to fix his marriage at Christmas time. All the things Christmas movies are made of. Jurex Grit said that. Okay, whatever. Uh, Takes place during a Christmas party, and there's Christmas music in the soundtrack. Okay, weak
Okay.
argument, but okay. Um, I've not seen the movie yet. Every year, people bring this up around Christmas, so I associate it with being a Christmas movie for this sole purpose. Nobody does this with other classic movies such as Forrest Gump, Lion King, Tarzan, Gladiator, etc. Therefore, it's a damn Christmas movie in the same category as Elf and Jingle All the Way. Love y'all's podcast. Tune in weekly. All right. That was
Oh,
rob.austin.powerlifting. Thanks, Rob.
someone listens?
Yeah, and nobody's more shocked than us. It occurs during Christmas, and that is referenced several times through the movie. That's all that needs to be said. Chris Terry, ATL. Uh, Bro, are you serious? It takes place at Christmas.
Bro.
Uh, Tavia _22
Mm.
says, yes, because I said so.
Oh, I like that argument best.
Typical Tay response. And then the last one is yes, they are having a Christmas party during the movie. Okay, not bad arguments there mostly, but here's the good arguments why it's not a Christmas movie. It's just a movie in which Christmas happens to occur. Agreed. The other no is never seen it. Okay, that's not a great
Okay,
argument.
that's not a good argument. No.
And then
So that one's
there's
like invalid. So now the vote is like 10-2.
okay, it doesn't matter what the vote is. We're gonna decide, like always, like everything going forward. All right. Then the last argument for no is there's nothing Christmas-y about it. Christmassy about it. So I think it goes back to those two questions. What defines a Christmas movie to you? And could the theme and plot of the movie for the most part still exist if it wasn't set at Christmas time? So I think based on my answers to those two questions, no, it's not a Christmas movie. Apparently to you, it is.
Yes.
You're so pissed off right now.
The majority is in my favor. So,
but you're like taking this personally.
Well, you're just wrong. So,
all
right. So you said you were going to argue the opposite, no matter
what. The majority.
What.
Correct.
So what if the majority had said no? Argue for it.
I would accept it. I would accept defeat in my argument.
So what do you really think? You really think
I
it's
really
not?
don't think it's a Christmas movie. I really don't believe
Oh,
it's a Christmas movie.
wow. So conveniently it aligns with
Yeah.
your argument.
I didn't know, but I had a hunch that's how the vote was going to go. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, we're going to talk more about Christmas movies then.
All right, do it.
All right. So my top five Christmas movies, and I know we said that like Christmas specials, like little shorts, shouldn't really count, but my top two are. So I broke the rules and said yeah. So my number five, which could also be deemed not a Christmas movie by your standards, is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So yeah, there's things that could. There's a lot of that movie that except for maybe the scene where the cat's on fire or he's hanging the Christmas lights. Um, it could happen outside of a Christmas, outside of Christmas time is what I'm saying. But
Okay. So
there you go.
the movie literally starts with them going to get a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but that just happens. Like he could have
Okay.
gotten stuck under a truck no matter what.
On Yeah, but the whole point of that scene is they're on the challenges that they overcome on their way to get the Griswold family Christmas tree. Second is the whole theme of the movie is him trying to host his first family Christmas because he has more memories of his family Christmas and he wants to host. So the whole setup and all the challenges are are challenges that he's overcoming to have a great family Christmas.
No.
I I
So
will
the
not
whole theme is him trying to get his bonus, which I know you're not corporate, but I get bonuses twice a year,
to put in
and
a
neither of
family
them.
pool because that's the Christmas present to his family is the family pool.
All right, maybe I'll concede. Okay, so that's my top five movie. My number five. My number four movie, which is definitely a Christmas movie, is Elf because I love
Agreed.
that movie. It's just so much fun, and it's amazing. Number three, Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. It's an older movie from the '80s with Jamie Lynn Curtis is in it as a hooker with a heart of gold, which of course, is really valid. Sorry, and man, that's just a great movie. But that whole situation could totally take place not at Christmas. Just saying. But I consider it a Christmas movie, and we watch it every year.
I
My
was just going
husband
to
has
say,
so much.
so you're making an argument so far for two of your top five Christmas movies not being Christmas movies, is
No,
what
no,
you
no.
just said.
I'm saying your argument is invalid for that because these are definitely Christmas movies. Everybody would agree with me.
Okay.
Every reasonable human being would agree with me. You're just unreasonable. All right. So Trading Places, amazing Christmas movie. I love that one. And yeah, Dan has a huge list of
I see what you did there.
quotes from that movie that he quotes year round. Um, my number two, which I also watch every year, is The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Not the one with Jim Carrey, because I don't like that one at all, truthfully. But the original one, the cartoon. It's actually really short. It's like 17 minutes or 20 minutes or something. But man, I love that one. I love it. And I do have a lot of that memorized too. I can quote things. And then my number one is I don't know if this is the name of the episode, but it's from South Park, Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh. I know we've spoken about this multiple times, but it's just such a classic. And it was my introduction to South Park as well. Like we played it at a work Christmas party, and I'd never watched South Park before. And I was just like jaw dropping. This is amazing. And yeah, it got me into South Park because of that. And I just love Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh.
All right. Well, that's a interesting list. So I have two of those on there. My top five, number five, The Santa Claus. Number four, Home Alone. Number three, Christmas Vacation. Number two, Elf. And my number one Christmas movie is Ernest Saves Christmas.
Number one.
Number one. I love that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
I'm a big
makes
Ernest
me
fan in
maybe
general.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm a
think there
big
was such a thing.
as Ernest fans.
Yes.
Oh, I love Ernest. There's a few of his movies like I don't like Ernest Scared Stupid. I think that one's kind of dumb. But like, and I don't even know if I've seen Ernest Goes to Jail actually. But so the only ones I've seen, Ernest Saves Christmas, I've seen a million times. Ernest Rides Again, I think is awesome. And there's another one. Which one? I don't know. I can't remember the other one. But those two at least I know I love. So Ernest Saves Christmas. That's my number one.
So Home Alone could also happen not at Christmas.
I was thinking about your argument there. I don't know because the whole thing is they're breaking in at Christmas time while people are out of town. And their family is going on a Christmas trip and they just forget him. So yeah, they could go on a trip and forget him, but part of the what pulls it all together is it's during Christmas time and that's when the burglars are out trying to break in and everything. And then it becomes you can kind of the similar argument with Die Hard is like they're trying to get back together and everything, which you're right, could happen theoretically at a different time. But Christmas, the theme of Christmas and like it plays a larger role in the background. So it's everywhere you look, it's Christmas in the background. Christmas tree in the house, Christmas lights when he's walking down the street. Part of the timing of the break-ins is based on when the Christmas lights turn on and off. Like they use that to time everything. Um, he goes to church and watches his daughter sing or granddaughter, not Kevin, the guy with
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
shovel.
say.
Um, he goes and watches his granddaughter at church. Um, and part of the joy of that is like, so here's the real is Kevin helps him get connected with his son, the old man with the shovel, because they
Mhm.
haven't talked in years. And that to me, that's the joy of Christmas is getting family back together. Um, and would that specifically, that portion of it happen if it weren't for Christmas time? Probably not.
Mm.
So
Could have
yeah,
been
I
like
think you're missing the big picture is the underlying don't
you
so
sound butthurt.
don't
You
come
sound
at me
butthurt.
on Home Alone. That's my jam.
Um, it could happen on Christmas vacation, and really, families should be reunited year round.
Yeah, but they haven't. I'm saying the old guy with the shovel and his son hadn't talked in years, and basically the right circumstances of the Christmas feeling, the joy of Christmas.
Uh,
Kevin Kevin being separated
mm,
from his family, like made him realize like family's important and whatever their petty differences were wasn't worth it. So he was, and he wanted that because he was at the church watching his granddaughter sing, but was afraid to like actually be seen. So he sat in the back. Like,
all right, all right. I'll concede that one's a Christmas movie,
okay,
but so is Die
thank you.
Hard.
Well, that remains to be decided. I think we're pretty evenly split. Uh,
No, we're not evenly
you
split.
and I are evenly split. Actually, I'm bigger than you, so we're
So we
not quite
can't arm
evenly
wrestle
split.
over it, but we could have a dance off next time.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah,
You don't realize what you just volunteered for. All
I
right.
can totally outdance you.
Yeah, right. All right. Moving on.
I guess.
So, consensus is public opinion is yes. Laura and I are split. So, on Die Hard
Okay.
being a
All
Christmas
right.
movie.
We'll move on. We'll move on.
All right. Rulebook review. Just touching on a couple of these real quick. 3.5.1.1. This rule started a little while ago. T-shirts not required to be worn by men or women. But the addition there is female lifters choosing not to wear a t-shirt in a deadlift must wear a sports bra or a bra under the singlet. So that's just a little clarification there.
So, like when you write a rule like that to clarify, it makes me think that there's been lifters that have gone up to the platform braless.
I don't know if it has happened yet, but I think we can all assume that it would happen at some point if it wasn't in the rule. It's because
Wow.
the question has come up. Like somebody, like the question has come in: do women have to wear a bra? And now it's in the rule book. Yes, they do.
Well, I think men should have to wear a bra then.
Okay, take it up with the technical committee.
I'll take it up with the EC right now. No,
Nope.
I'm not kidding.
Uh,
Ooh.
3.11.8. And this is in reference to knee sleeves and not using any assistance. The clarification there is lifters may not be asked to demonstrate they can put on their knee sleeves without assistance once the bar has been called loaded for that lifter, or within the 60 seconds immediately following the completion of that lifter's attempt. So it's always been in the rule book that you cannot have assistants putting them on, like somebody else can't help you pull them up. You can't use bags or straps or anything like that to get them on. And it's also been known that the referees can ask you to pull them down and pull them up to demonstrate that you can put them on yourself. And this is just clarifying that referees can't do that if the bar has already been called loaded. That would just be kind of rude. Like, bar is loaded. Hey, pull your knee sleeves down and back up. Like,
Yeah, right.
so it's just a little clarification there that it has to be done before bar is called loaded or after the 60-second window to turn in your next attempt.
Ah, gotcha. That's
Yeah.
that's nice, courteous.
Yeah.
Good to
And
hear.
I think
Yeah.
that's common sense. But again, if it happens to a referee does it and doesn't realize they shouldn't be doing that, lifters kind of have no recourse because it's not in the rule book. Well, now it's in the rule book. So,
There you go.
yeah.
Okay. New lifter tip. That was my drum roll. I don't
Yeah.
know if you could hear
That's
that.
good. Not really.
Respect respect the gym equipment and respect other gym members. Put your weights away.
Yeah. I think this is just something that I see, especially with a lot of people probably joining gyms in the next couple weeks because it's a new year. Um, Gym owners are not rich for the most part, and
Sorry.
the equipment is used by everybody. And the gym workers, the people that are managing the gym, they're not your personal bar unloader. So put your shit away when you're done. Clean up your area, and also like respecting other gym members. Like, if you're training in a squat rack, for example, and somebody else is working in like on the rack beside you, like you don't own the whole gym, so like you have to share and play nice, right? You can't be like, oh, don't be within 50 feet of me. I'm doing my heavy workout. Like, it just everybody else is paying the same fee that you are and has the same right to it as you do. The other thing is, if it is a powerlifting gym, yeah, chances are it's getting abused more than a regular gym because lifters are lifting heavier and things like that. But I've heard where somebody's squatting and they dump it off their back onto the safeties and it bends the shit out of the bar, and they just like put the bar back in the thing and leave and don't tell anybody. Like, own up to shit. Like,
Mhm.
accidents happen. First of all, glad you're okay, but like, don't be the guy that just like brushes it under the table and like people find it the next day and like, what the hell? Like, just say, hey, had an accident, dump the bar. I think most gym owners are probably understanding of that, like especially if you come to them. But for me, if I find out you did it like 2 weeks later and never said anything, I'm like, fuck it, you pay for the bar, get the fuck out. Like, that's how I would be. But if you just come to me like, hey, it slipped off my back, it was an accident, yeah, it's okay. I appreciate let me know, and it's probably not a big deal. I don't probably don't make you pay for it, but um, yeah, just don't be a jerk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because it is a understatement of the year to say gym owners don't have a lot of money. Because yeah,
Yeah,
having been in that situation, it's not something you probably do because you're like trying to make money. It's a passion, and you're maybe marginally trying to support yourself while you're in poverty a little bit. Um, yeah, and putting your weights away, and we would have racks, a large rig with stations, and people sometimes would leave their barbell on a station, and the barbell is not supposed to be there. The barbell has a barbell rack, put it away. And I have seen people break something and then just kind of like, yeah, put it back together and put it away. And yeah, or even just bathroom etiquette. Yes, I said the word bathroom. Um, you know,
I'm impressed.
don't yeah, don't mess up the bathroom. I mean, drop your bombs if you need to. That's that's the thing. But like,
But
yeah,
properly dispose of them.
yeah. Oh my gosh. I've, as a gym owner, that's not really what you think of. Like, hey, I'm going to have to clean the bathroom all the time. Like, really.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah,
The,
that's a good
the,
point
um,
too. Like, yeah, I wasn't even
the,
thinking about the bathroom side of it, but yeah.
yeah, it's just all of it. Trash not in the trash container. There's just so much that goes into owning a gym, and you're the person that does all of the things usually. Because,
Yeah.
we're not talking about anybody owning like an LA Fitness here. We're talking about, you know, micro gyms. So, and yeah, we even had the poop in the urinal that time.
Yeah. Well, that
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 was a kid though. That wasn't
yeah.
his fault. So I still don't know how he did that, but
I mean, it was his fault, but he just didn't know better, maybe.
I don't even know how he did it because he was only that tall. Like, how did he even get up there? But here you
Oh,
go. I'm gonna move on. That was a freaky thing. But there was a lot of things that happened that I was just like, really, this is not what I signed up for as being a gym owner.
yeah.
There you go.
Gotcha.
So we do have one other thing we need to discuss.
What's that?
Uh, so there was the Teamwork Christmas party this last weekend,
Oh, yeah, it's true.
of which there was a bit of karaoke fun.
Yep.
And as I left, Dan was playing a song on the radio, and I opened up my phone and realized that I still had the karaoke connection on my phone. So I put in for you to sing the song My Dick, because that's what Dan was playing on the radio at the time, randomly. Um, and also a song from Mary Poppins and I Am Woman by Helen Reddy, which, I was sitting in the car like killing myself, dying laughing, picturing this and wishing that someone got video. Did you sing the songs?
I did not, and here's why. Anybody submitting songs on their way home from the party are invalid.
Oh, so if I'd been there
If
and
you had been there, I would have
oh,
done it.
okay, duly noted. It's happening. You are singing "I Am Woman" by Helen Reddy, and we're getting video.
But fair is fair.
Yeah. So you're
So,
saying you're gonna sign me up for a song?
yeah, of course. Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
I have no recourse for there. You could just like put in a million songs, and I can't put them in for you. It's just gonna sit there and play, and nobody sings because you're not here. So that's the official ruling for the Team Roar holiday parties going forward. Is if you are not present, your opinion doesn't matter.
Man. But that would have
And
been so funny. Come
and
on.
and if I'm hosting, I reserve the right to change the rules at any point in time.
All right. So when I'm hosting, so do I.
Oh, oh, that
Yeah.
kind of that was a curveball that I wasn't expecting. Okay, fair. I
Yeah.
accept those
So
terms.
I think at our karaoke parties from now on, we just choose awful songs for each other to sing because that's funnier.
I don't know. It's pretty awful when I sing in general, so
Well, yeah, but when you sing "I Am Woman," I think would be amazing.
I don't know that song, so I'll have to start practicing because I feel like it's gonna be required at some point.
Wow. Yeah.
I accept. I accept.
Did you know the song "My Dick"?
No, I don't know any of those that you put in there except for what was the last one?
There's a Mary Poppins one.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know
didn't
it,
sing
know it.
that?
Like, no, I didn't sing any of them. It's just out of principle. You weren't even
I'm so
here.
disappointed.
I'm
So disappointed
disappointed
in
that you
you.
were driving home
I wasn't
submitting
driving. Dan was
songs.
driving. Dan was driving. I
You
was
were
in
in
the
a
back seat giggling.
vehicle leaving the party.
It was amazing. It was a
That
great
hurt me.
idea.
That hurt me.
Well, you'll get to sign songs to me at the Teamwear weekend.
Don't change the subject. That
May.
hurt me.
It would have been amazing. You should have gone along with it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe.
In the Christmas spirit. You shut
Christmas-
it down.
Yeah, the Christmas spirit of
So disappointing.
leaving and going home.
Well,
when
I
the party's
live
not
an hour and a
over.
half away.
I don't understand that argument. The party wasn't over.
It's over when I left.
Okay. Well, anyway. So,
Well, Merry Christmas, Josh.
Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. We are probably taking 2 weeks off, so this will be the last episode for 2 weeks. I think what I'm going to try to do, if I have time, I'm going to try to pull some clips from our previous Christmas time episodes and post them on our Instagram and Facebook at PL Ballads Podcast. Just to kind of keep people feeling the love a little bit. But I'm also just curious, like what we were talking about a couple years ago. So
Nice.
anyway,
So as a topic, when we come back, I'd like to discuss in the new year, reflecting on what went well in the previous year, and then what you want to change.
all right, added to the agenda.
Boom.
Boom. Sounds good. All right.
Just like that.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I appreciate everything, Laura. Your like I said, your gift is in the mail still. I know that's a cliche thing to say, but it literally is.
Literally.
And it's actually, so I just got a status update. It's supposed to be here by the 20th. But I'm literally leaving to go to Ohio on the 19th. So it's going to sit here until probably like Christmas Eve or something. That's when we get back. But I can't even show you what it is because literally we have to have a group of people together when you open it. So it might not be till Team Roar training weekend that you get it. I don't know.
The state meet.
State meet deal. That'll work.
Yeah, state meet. I'll be there. And I have a certain person who happens to be sitting next to me who is saying that he's going to sign up for the state meet for deadlift only.
Awesome. Well, it's getting close to full, so he should probably get on that.
I've told him. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Dan has a huge problem with procrastination. I'm just going to work that in as often as I can.
Yeah, I'm becoming aware of that.
All right. Happy New Year, Josh Roar, and all of our listeners. Both of you have a great time.
All right. We appreciate everybody listening. We'll catch you guys next year. Later.
Bye now.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.